Hey y'all, it's Sierra aka Capricorn Moon Goddess back with another video for you all. Sorry, it is annoying me that y'all can see the shelf in the corner. Okay, so back with another video for you all. This is a video for the collective. So as usual, take what resonates, leave what does not. Use your own discernment and intuition to determine which messages are for you. Listen to these messages responsibly. It's ultimately up to you to determine what your next actions should be and all of that stuff, okay? So we are going to go ahead and get started to see what it is that you need to know at this time. We do have the World card that came out. So there's a new cycle that you're waiting on. Yeah, we got the World and the Wheel. So you're waiting for your good fortune to come in, okay? We also have Five of Pentacles, the Moon, okay? So this is Pisces energy, and then Ace of Pentacles. So you're waiting for your good fortune to come in, and this is literal. When I say fortune, I don't just mean your good karma or your good luck. You're waiting on money to increase in your life, which is funny because I just recorded a video on manifestation journaling and scripting, which I have used to manifest more money in my life and to do it fairly quickly. So I am getting back into that. I stopped doing it and I'm getting back into it, so I thought I would make a video on it. And here we go, talking about money. Okay, so it's looking like you all are waiting for some money to come in, but with the Moon card, you're not quite sure how it's gonna come in. So it's either you're waiting on it to come in, but you're not sure how it's gonna come in, or this has been something that has been prophesied. Okay, I don't know if I said that right, but like, you've gotten readings before that have told you that you have money coming in. So now you're like, I keep getting all these readings about money coming in, new opportunities, karma happening, going my way, this and that. When is it actually going to happen? So you're kind of lost right now as far as when and how this money is going to come in. I'm not dropping cards already. Yeah, we got the Queen of Swords. You're like wondering, you're trying to get in a mental space of still believing that this is true. So you may have found yourself being a little bit, not necessarily doubtful, but you're like, come on now. I'm waiting, trying to be practical and logical, but at the same time trying to believe in yourself and believe in the readings that you've gotten, that I've told you that money's coming in, and all this good stuff is happening. So I definitely understand what it's like to be in that space, okay? You may have had to disconnect. Yeah, Six of Wands. You're like, when is my time coming? When is my victory coming? It's my time to shine. You may be the person that has sat back and watched everyone else get their flowers. Everyone else have all these good things happening to them. People that haven't worked as hard as you have worked. People that haven't gone through as much as you have gone through. And so you're like, okay, I've waited patiently. I've celebrated with other people. And I want my time now. So you're wanting your time to shine. Okay, Ten of Wands, you may feel like you have so much on your plate and you may feel like you're alone and you don't have help. Okay, you may be watching everyone else in your life. They've got help. They have spouses that help them. They have jobs that are positive for the most part. Some people may even be getting government assistance or something and you're not eligible for it, but it just seems like everyone around you is able to get people to help them, but yet you are kind of like on your own right now. We have the Queen of Wands. So you're in between the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands. Like I said, you're trying to be logical and responsible, but you're trying to keep an open mind and be happy about your future and actually use your creativity, your visualization skills to help you manifest. So you're trying to be excited, but you're trying to be logical and responsible at the same time. So it's like having to be grounded, but also being able to be spiritual at the same time. We have to find a balance because we live in a world where we have to, there's things that are happening around us. And it seems like there's nothing we can do about it at times, okay? So I definitely feel you. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. Can we get, oh, okay, hold on. I dropped another card. Okay, so we have the Sun card. I was about to ask, can we get some information about how they're going to get to this Sun? How can we get to this happiness? How can we get to this financial victory? How can we get to a place we want to be? And of course, the Queen of Cups comes out. So it's just like I was saying in my video earlier about manifestation journaling. You have to feel it first. You have to be intentional about your emotions. Okay, taking the time out to journal, taking the time out to meditate, taking the time out to connect with your ancestors and spirit guides and God, taking the time out to say an extra prayer, show some more gratitude, just be still, okay? Simple, small things. It doesn't have to be something that's this big, grand gesture. Just simple, small things to emotionally connect to the feeling of being victorious, to the feeling of being financially abundant and prosperous, to the feeling of being supported, okay? Kind of faking it till you make it at this point, okay? But I was just explaining the science behind sometimes when we physically fake something, like when we smile even though we're not happy, that can signal the brain to release good endorphins and things that match that energy of smiling. Oh, this person is smiling, let me go ahead and release the good endorphins to help their feelings match what their physical actions are. The universe is kind of the same way. Most High, Divine Source, God, whoever, is kind of the same way. Put yourself emotionally in that frequency and it will be matched. That is easier said than done. Like I said in my other video, because I don't think I said it in this video, I deal with depression. I go in and out of it. Sometimes there's like an undercurrent of depression and it's almost like I'm just living, I'm just existing, I'm not living, and I'm trying to constantly fight this undercurrent of depression. So I am not the spiritualist that is going to be unrealistic and come to you like depression doesn't exist, sadness doesn't exist. Like it, having the world on your shoulders cannot put you in a negative space mentally and tell you to snap out of it. Snap out of it now. You're being low vibrational. I'm not going to tell you that because I know it's hard. Everybody has different walks of life. So I am one of those spiritualists that can connect and empathize with people who have a little bit harder emotionally. So I'm not going to tell you snap out of it just like that. It's 4:44. My alarm just went off. So that's your angels letting you know they're around you. You are surrounded with support and with your angels and your spirit guides and things like that. But what I'm going to tell you is you have to take small steps at least. Start with journaling every morning. Start with waking up early to give yourself more time to take care of yourself, to do your hair, to look presentable, to pick out your clothes so you're not just rushing, so you have time to sit down and have coffee or have tea or something like that. Listen to music that's positive if you have to. Watch positive things on TV. But a lot of this has to do with getting away from those things that can distract you, like TV, like content, whether it's positive or not, and actually connecting with the emotion of feeling happy, of feeling victorious, of feeling rich. And one of the ways you can do that is manifestation journaling or scripting. Again, I have a video that's going to be going up about that, so you can watch that if you don't know how to do it. But it definitely is coming, okay? So don't be worried. This is definitely coming. Good fortune is coming, okay? Love is coming. Two of Cups, love, partnerships, being supported. You want to be supported, and you want to have genuine support, not people that are going to use their support against you, not people that are going to try to bribe you, not people that are going to throw it back up in your face, okay? Genuine friends, genuine family members, okay? And family members doesn't have to be people that's related to you. Okay, so we got Death, Rebirth, and Page of Wands. You're calling, you've pretty much called this in already, but to get over that finish line, that threshold, we have Death, Rebirth, and then Page of Wands. Having to put yourself in that emotional space of being excited, jumping for joy, okay? You have to figure out how to do that for yourself. And that's why, again, I'm saying scripting. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I did it this morning. I am at the tail end. I believe I'm at the tail end of mourning the relationship with my mom. My mom is still alive, but I'm having to mourn the loss of the relationship with her because of so much drama that has happened. My birthday was 2 days ago. That's the first birthday I have not spoken to my mom. So this is the first birthday where I didn't speak to my mom, the person that brought me into the world, okay? So I'm going through the process of mourning the relationship of my mom, one of my sisters, and some other family members or pseudo family members that were connected to all the drama that's going on. And to be honest, it was it's been a very, my 33rd year of life, because I just turned 34. It was one of the most stressful years I've ever gone through, besides when I was 27. When I was 27, I had my Saturn return. That was super stressful. But stressful and hurtful and painful, and having to remove myself from relationships, from people I've known since the day I was born, including my own mother. Talk about depressing. Talk about sad. Talk about feeling unsupported, okay? So I was able to use scripting to lift my own spirits this morning, to feel happy, to feel excited. I too have had great things predicted for my future, and I'm waiting on those things to come in too. So I'm not going to tell you things that I have not tried myself and that haven't worked for me. Now, everything that works for me is not necessarily going to work for you. Uh-oh. I'm sick of dropping these cards. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Also, I'm getting over being sick. I was so sick last week. Oh my goodness. So also the death card represents Scorpio, so you can have Scorpio somewhere in your birth chart. And then we have the devil and Libra, not Libra, the devil and Justice. Justice represents Libra and the devil represents Capricorn, so you can have those somewhere in your birth chart. And I just was talking about my Saturn return, and again, Saturn rules Capricorn. So some of you could actually be going through your Saturn return right now, but some of you are literally waiting on justice, okay? So you all may be seeing some justice come through the legal system because we have Capricorn and justice here. So there could be something happening legally for you, that you've been waiting on for years, okay? So it may finally come in. But we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. You've been working very hard. You've been working very hard at your spiritual journey and creating the life that you want for yourself. And now you're at a point where you're kind of running out of patience, and it is very understandable. Seven of Pentacles represents patience, waiting, or Knight of Pentacles, my bad. Patience, okay? It's slow but sure energy. So like I said, these good things that are meant to happen in your life, they're definitely going to happen. You may have even questioned, all of these good things that I just knew were going to happen and that I were told were going to happen, are they really going to happen, or am I just being unrealistic? They really are going to happen. It's just not within the time frame you wanted it to happen in. And once again, we have the King of Cups. Like, what is missing here is you actually feeling it, not knowing it, not being told that it's going to happen, not necessarily believing that it's going to happen. Believing it's going to happen and feeling it right now in your present, in the present moment, they're two different things. So don't think, well, what do you mean? I was told it was going to happen and I believe it. I'm not doubting it. But it's still not happening the way I want it, because you have to feel it. Not only believe it, but feel it as well, okay? So many rules of engagement when it comes to all this stuff. And it seems like with other people, look, Six of Pentacles, it seems like other people get a leg up. They get a helping hand all the time. Why does it have to be so hard for you? What I always tell people, even though I'm not an astrologer, is check your birth chart. I understand my own birth chart. I can't tell you about yours, okay? But I know based on my birth chart, it's kind of just a little bit harder for me because I have so much Capricorn, so much Saturn everywhere. And it's just like, you know, there's certain challenges that were set up before I came on this planet that I had to go through. So it may look easier for other people. That doesn't mean those people are more evolved than you, that they're further along in their spiritual journey, that they're more masterful than you are. It doesn't necessarily mean that. It just means sometimes it's as simple as y'all have two different paths. Their path was meant to be a little bit easier this go around, this lifetime, and your path, it has more challenges because you may actually be more masterful. They may not be able to withstand some of the things that you are having to go through. Okay, so yeah, don't feel like, oh, you're not worthy or you're not masterful because you have a harder path. Okay, we got the High Priestess. You know what you're doing. Trust yourself. Trust your higher power. If you have a trusted reader that you go to, trust and believe in them, but actually feel those things that they predicted for you, or those things that you predicted for yourself, or those things that you feel for yourself. Some people have known since they were children, Page of Cups, they've known since they were children that they were meant to be great. And you are probably one of those people that have known since you were young, you were meant to be great. And you probably were told that, not necessarily by family members, but, you know, you've come across people that have said, wow, your energy, it's something about your energy. It's something about you. You're going to be great. You're going to be big. You're going to be important. You're going to be special. You are needed in this world. So whatever your mission is, it's something that's needed and it's something that only you could do. But you're wondering, is it worth it right now? Is it worth it? Because you may feel like you're being punished. We have Knight of Cups. Okay, Knight of Cups. So you may be receiving some sort of offering soon that's going to help you, okay? But we got the Ace of Swords and Two of Pentacles. So you're going through the process of having to learn how to balance your mind, how to balance practicality, how to balance intelligence, and how to balance your emotions and your intuition. How to bring all of those together in balance so that way you can live the life you want to live. Okay, this is a tough lesson right here. I'm not gonna lie, this is a tough lesson, and you've already had to master protection. We have Seven of Wands. I feel like you've done well with protection, mastering projection. But I need to do a whole video on projection. I'm not even going to start talking about it right now because that's going to take me on a whole nother tangent. But you had to master dealing with people trying to project on you. And recognizing when you start to feel doubtful, sometimes that's not you. Sometimes that's other people projecting that onto you, projecting their feelings onto you because they want you to fail. They want you to fail because then all that mess they was talking about you seems valid. All the hate and anger they have towards you seems more valid, okay? When they told people you were a bad person and you have bad karma, that's going to actually look like it's true because you failed, okay? So be aware of people projecting onto you. Let's get some money cards, money career cards real quick, and then we'll do some more oracle. But since money was coming up, I usually do money readings separately on their own, but we'll throw some money cards in here. All right, what does the collective need to know about their career and or finances at this time? I got a late start to my day because I had to rest. I wanted to get up super early and get started on my readings earlier. I like them to be done before my son gets home. It is after 4 o'clock and I'm just now doing my reading. So I'm having to learn, like, hey, take advantage of the time that you have to rest. You don't know when you're going to be able to do it again. So now that you can do it, I'm a stickler. I told you I got a lot of Saturn in my chart. I like things to be done by a certain time. So you may have to relax some of the expectations you have on yourself. Okay? You might be too hard on yourself right now. What does the collective need to know about their finances or career at this time? Okay, we have child support and it was in reverse. So some of you may be in a situation where you are not getting child support. We have manifest with music and sound. So for some of you, the way to manifest money is going to be using money, or excuse me, using music or sound instruments, sound healing, things of that nature. Having a prosperity playlist. All right, what else do they need to know about their career and or finances? All right, so some of you need to network more. We have networking or Gemini, so you could have Gemini somewhere significant in your birth chart. So just putting yourself out there more on social media or physically. Let's not forget about marketing physically, okay? Actually doing vendor events. Maybe some of you need to do vendor events. Maybe some of you need to go door to door. I literally had door hangers made with my business information on it, and I put samples of my wax melts on there. I will go door to door and place them on people's doors sometimes. Like, you gotta get yourself out there. You can't just stay in the house all the time or do the same old thing and expect for everything to fall into place, okay? You need to also stay away from people that have hidden agendas. So we have sugar mama, hidden agenda. So people who act like they want to help you, but they really want something from you in return, something that you would not necessarily want to give up or give to them. So be careful about people that are coming in trying to save the day, but they have ulterior motives. All right, of course, I dropped a bunch of cards. So I had to get down and pick the cards up. It's messing my shirt up and all that. Okay, so the cards that fell were ancestral healing, releases generational wealth and health, and divine support. So some of your divine support is going to come through your ancestors. So you may need to do ancestor money or do offerings to them or start working on healing your bloodline. And we have receiving a raise. So they may help you to receive a raise at work or just bring more money in, period. Okay, so some of y'all might need to pay more attention to your ancestors. Yeah, we have climbing the ladder. They definitely want to help you climb the ladder in whatever it is that your career is in, whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you are an employee or whether you are both. They have a windfall. Wow, there's a windfall that literally is waiting. So those readings and things that you got that said you're going to be just fine financially and you're going to have more than enough, they were correct. But you have to start feeling it. Emotionally feeling it to the point where you feel yourself getting happy, you feel yourself smiling, you feel a change in your attitude, okay? and doing the ancestor work. That is going to get you where you need to go because you're very proactive. We have proactive leader and Aries, so you could be Aries. Have that somewhere in your birth chart. I think my midhaven might be in Aries, or my 10th house or some pinnacle. I don't know. Something like that. But you are a trendsetter. You are someone who goes after your goals. You may be the first person in your family to even try to do ancestor work or something like that, while everyone else is probably looking at you like, that's evil. You ain't supposed to talk to the dead. But we have love, luck, and luxury. This is connected to your ancestors and to your emotions. But you definitely have this in your future. Love, luck, luxury, windfall, getting a raise, climbing the ladder. There's bad cards in this deck. This is my Show Me the Money Oracle deck. Every time I make a deck, because I'm a Libra, it's always balanced. I always have good cards and bad cards. So it's not just a biased deck where everything is bad or everything is good. So there are bad cards in this deck, or cards that aren't as favorable, but we have all of these good cards that are coming out. So that's good. We have insurance here, so you want to make sure you have things like renter's insurance, life insurance if you can afford it, business insurance, car insurance, things like that. Some of you may be receiving an insurance payout. We have Know Your Worth, so make sure when you're negotiating that payout that you get everything you are owed and everything that you deserve. We have Ask Your Guides for a plan of execution and for the key to financial stability. So again, connecting with your ancestors and your guides. Whatever you're doing right now, you could be doing more. You may be like, I already talked to my ancestors. I already have an altar. Maybe you need to refresh the altar. Maybe there's a specific ancestor that needs to be highlighted. That's the one that's doing most of the work for you, or that's connecting most with you. Yeah, there's something more you could be doing when it comes to connecting to your ancestors. We got Rich and Regal, and we got Income Increase, and we got, I'm done. Rich and Regal, Income Increase. After Receiving a Raise come out, we got Income Increase, Sufficiency and Comfort. That means having more than enough, having a surplus. It says relief, security, comfort, influence, power, plenty, recognition, bounty, status, protection, favor, surety, being sure. Having more than enough is the goal. We don't want to just have enough to scrape by and get by. We want to have more than enough so we can be secure, so we can be confident, so we can focus on our spiritual journey, okay? There's a reason why the philosophers out there were supported by other people. They received money from other people to help them because they didn't have time to go to work. Like, they couldn't come up with everything they needed to come up with and be under the bounds of working at the same time, okay? So you have an important spiritual role that's going to require you to have more freedom with your time, and that is why money is so important, because money can grant freedom with time, okay? So yeah, you're going to be getting that, but we do have penny pinching, and we have tough financial lesson and financial consequences. So some of you did have to learn how to save money and how to spend your money wisely. Not only that, but how to be grateful for the little things. The fact that you're able to buy tissue, toilet tissue, paper towels, paper plates, real dishes, cook things to cook with, food to actually cook. You have a cover to use in your bed at night so you're not cold. You have a bed. You have front, like, just small things. Being able to appreciate, I'm washing and drying clothes right now. Being able to wash and dry your clothes and your towels and all of that so you can have clean clothes to wear. Shopping addiction. Some of y'all may have had a shopping addiction and overspending here. So you had to learn how to be responsible with your money before this windfall came in so you didn't blow it. Okay? But what have I been saying this whole time? I've been saying you need to emotionally feel the success. And this card says rejoice in advance. So ahead of time for rising prosperity. It's go time. It's go time. Because we have lack of work-life balance. So you're tired of lack of work-life balance, which is why I brought up people that are supposed to make a huge spiritual impact in the world. We do need to have freedom when it comes to our time, okay? We can't be bogged down with all the foolishness that goes on in corporate America and goes on at work and all of that. Bless you, Jaden. We have spend happily and with an attitude of gratitude. So don't be upset that, oh, you just had to spend your last money paying your rent. Be glad. You know what? I'm so glad that I had the money to be able to pay my rent in full and on time. Hold on. Okay, somebody was calling me. I'm gonna call you back, girl. Everybody calling me while I'm trying to do these readings today. Okay, and we have strings attached and save more money. So you had to learn how to save more money, but how to not be so frugal or so afraid that you're going to run out of money that you manifest that in your life. You manifest lack instead of surplus. So like I said, it's all a balance, okay? You're going through this because you had to shift gears. We have to shift gears. There's something that needs to change. It says there's a better way. There's a better opportunity. You're being redirected. Shift your perspective. Okay, so yeah, it's not to say that you weren't grateful or that you weren't spending time with your ancestors or your guides, or you weren't taking the time to you weren't self-aware, you weren't aware of your emotions. It's not saying any of that. It's more so because I hate when they be saying connect to your emotions. I'm like, what is you talking about? You know how many times I done cried this week? What you mean? But for some of us, it's connecting to the emotion that we would feel once we hit that jackpot, once we get that raise, once we get that new car, once we hit that level of financial security to where we don't have to worry anymore. Okay, so that's what it is for some of us financially. I mean, in order to bring in these financial blessings. So let me put this back. Let me put this back. I just saw a deck that I should use, but I'm not I'm not gonna do it. I already be using a million decks in my readings, but hey, I pay for these decks. I'm gonna use them. Well, the ones that weren't gifts. Some of them people have given to me. So, thank you. Thank you to all those who contribute to my deck collection. All right, what else do they need to know at this time? I know I need to do more readings on the mother wound, but I just kind of want to switch it up just a little bit so it's not like too much on that one topic. But I know a lot of people are needing those messages, so I will be doing more of those. All right, what else do they need to know? Ooh-wee. When I tell you, I am tired of dropping these cards. We got the salamander and black pepper inspiration, and we got the turtle and coriander satisfaction. So like I said, connecting more with the emotions of how you will feel when those wishes are fulfilled and satisfied, okay? Actually being able to feel that and letting that inspire you, okay? Inspire you to keep going, if nothing else. Because I know sometimes it's just like, I don't want to keep going. We have nourishment, so that's going to nourish your soul. But of course, also nourishment when it comes to what we eat. I was just thinking in my head about how I am stopping with the grape soda this week. No more grape soda. Oh my God. I just was thinking like, dang, I haven't had any grape soda. But I need to do that and just drink water and tea, okay? Water and tea for right now, okay? I don't know how long. Sometimes I could go a whole year without soda. Sometimes it's a few months. Sometimes it's a few weeks. We're going to see how long this lasts. But there is more nourishment as far as what you are eating and not eating, okay? Vitamins and things like that. And being able to get them from naturally from food versus taking supplements is best. But sometimes we aren't able to get certain vitamins and stuff from our diet, or we don't get enough of it. So do what you have to do. But yeah, this is going to cause a huge change. Metamorphosis. The frog and lotus. Metamorphosis. So yeah, changing up your diet. We say it all the time. We say all these simple things. Journal, write things down, connect with your emotions, change your diet, drink more water. I know y'all be like, okay, y'all sound like a broken record, but it's because it actually works. And sometimes we fall off the wagon and we need to get back on the wagon. So we need to hear it repeatedly to remind us, oh yeah, I do need to be doing that, okay? And being loyal. We have loyalty and balance. So being loyal to creating balance in your life and maintaining. So you're learning how to maintain balance in your life. How to, like I said, sometimes I go 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks without soda. Sometimes I could go a year. I need to be loyal to going longer with being healthy and cutting unhealthy things out of my diet. And then we have devotion, loyalty and devotion. I'm done. Yeah, some of us, it's not fair. Other people get to drink this. Other people get to do that. Other people get to live more recklessly. Why I gotta be responsible all the time? Yep, some of us need to be more responsible. Okay, that's gonna strengthen us. The elk and ass strength. I know sometimes you're like, I don't need to be any stronger. I'm strong already. I don't need to be any stronger. I don't need no more lessons to teach me to be stronger. I understand. I get it. We have safety here though. So like some of the things you've been through are helping you to be able to stay out of situations that can be dangerous for you or dangerous for your health, okay? We have innocence and curiosity. So just tapping into that inner child feeling, the feeling of innocence as far as when you're a child and you think anything is possible because you don't know yet that there are limits in the world. You don't know there's limits. You just think you can do whatever, okay? So kind of feeling that way, but still being grounded in reality to the point where you're not like totally insane. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. All I can say is being balanced in this world is very, very hard. It's very tough. And trying to live a spiritual life, but also living in a world where there's so much going on that goes against being able to fully live in your spirituality. It's tough. It's hard. I go through it. And some of us have it harder than others due to circumstances, due to whatever our life mission is, all of that. Okay, so don't get too caught up comparing yourself and your journey to other people's journey. I think I'm gonna use this deck. Yeah, don't get too caught up doing that. Try to stay away from that. okay? And also keep in mind, you don't know everything that people are going through. It might look easy. Their life, I guarantee you, people think my life is way easier than it is. I guarantee you. There were times when I was younger, when we first moved to Texas, and my family was struggling so much financially, but it doesn't show. You can't see it on my face. You can't see it in my actions. You can't see it in the clothes I wear. Like, people just automatically assume I'm rich sometimes. And no one knew. And it wasn't like I was faking, like I had everything together and this and that. It's just an energy that I carry that people just think my life is easy. People just think I have it made. And I did up until I was 16. After 16 and my parents divorced, I learned what the real world was like, okay? But it didn't change my personality. It didn't change my energy. So people still would assume, oh, everything is easy for you. Everything is so easy for you. You have no problems. So be aware that just because something looks easy or somebody else's climb towards success look easy or look fast or whatever, you don't know what they had to endure. You don't know what they had to go through, and you don't know what they are currently going through, okay? That's why I try to be very open. A lot of people don't agree with how open I am, especially my family members. Baby, they be want me to shut up and be quiet, okay? But the reason why I'm so open is because a lot of people assume that I have it so easy and everything was laid out for me just perfectly, and that I didn't have to work as hard as I've had to work. And that couldn't be further from the truth, okay? So we have You Are Stronger Than You Know, and End of an Era. So there is going to be an end to this tough cycle that you're going through. We have support. You are going to have more support, more genuine support, okay? And we have spiritual growth. You had to go through this for your spiritual growth. We have parental care. So like I said earlier, I have, as an adult child, had to disconnect from my mom recently. I don't know how long that's going to last, but reparenting yourself, you're having to reparent yourself, some of you. Yeah, family changes. I just said that. I just said that. Some of you may be finding yourself in a position where you're faced with a decision. Do you want to take care of your parent? Do you, because they may need you to help them. And I don't know, they may not have been the best parent. So you're like, what do I do here? We got hobbies and self-employment. So some of your hobbies are going to turn into ways for you to make money. Not only make money, but be self-employed. So have enough money to where you're not having to work for others. But we have be true to you and be courageous. Courage. So in order for this to work, you're going to have to be true to you. That's going to take courage, because I have a feeling that you're meant to be vulnerable, and you're meant to be kind of like how I am, where you are very open with people about things you've gone through, things you are going through, mental struggles, financial struggles, family struggles, how you overcame those things, okay? We have windfall and moving. So some of you are going to see an increase in your money after you move, make a physical move. So you may be having to move somewhere where you aren't as recognizable or something like that, so you can be your true self. Sometimes being in your hometown or being around people you know can hold you back, because as you evolve, they're not willing to allow you to evolve in peace. They want to keep reminding you of who you were in the past or what you went through in the past, or you're just not on the same level as them anymore because you're rising, you're evolving, and they're staying the same or even regressing. I'm seeing people not stay the same, but regress mentally, okay? So some of you are having to actually move. We have take the next step now, and that's when you're going to see this windfall be released, okay? We have join in. Yes, it's time for you to get started doing something. You're watching other people do what you want to do, and it's time for you to start doing that. Seeking and finding and retirement. Okay, some of y'all are meant to not be in the workforce anymore and to be your own boss. Easier said than done. Easier said than done. Remember the insurance card that came up earlier? That insurance, that's a big question when you become self-employed. Like, what am I going to do for insurance? Health insurance, life insurance, things like that. So it can be scary for sure. All right, what else do they need to know at this time? I know y'all don't want to hear this, but divine timing. Things are going to happen when they're supposed to, not when you're comfortable, not when you want it to. Blah, 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 right? We tired of hearing that. We all tired of hearing it, but it is what it is. That's the way it is, okay? We have soulmates. So some of you do have a life partner coming in, okay? And you're like, when is this going to happen? I want love. I want support. I want to be happy. I want to have a partner in crime. Some of you still have inner child work to do. We have inner child and burden. So that's why this hasn't come in yet. Either you or this partner, this divine partner of yours, has some more inner child work to do. And some grief to get through. Like I said, I'm in the process. I feel like I'm at the tail end of mourning the loss of the relationship with my mom. She's still here. She's still on the earth. But we don't have a relationship anymore. So I had to deal with the grieving process of that. So some of you are having to deal with grieving people that you cannot have in your life any longer. You can't take them with you into your new life. And until you're able to properly grieve them, you won't see some of the blessings that you have coming in because you're still somewhat holding on because you haven't fully let go. All right. And then we have fresh start. Once you get through that process of grieving relationships you no longer have, things you no longer have, your old self, things you're holding on to, having a certain amount of control, that's when you get your fresh start. Losing your job, leaving your job. That job may have been stressful, but it's something that you might miss at times, okay? Like I said, me being able to rest earlier and get up later and start my day later because that's my choice and I can, like, what? I felt bad about that, right? But learning how to accept rest, okay? You may have some shadow work around that, and we have ascension tension. So you're going through the woes of ascending, of going higher, okay? It can be tough. It can be very, very tough. We talk about the good things that come along with ascension, but there's also some tough cycles. Okay, we have release ritual. Yes, some of you are needing to release something. Something is still holding you back. And once you do that, you will gain momentum. We have momentum. Okay? Ooh, child. Ooh, child. And some of you need to go back to some things like manifestation journaling. I used to do that all the time. I stopped doing that and it has affected my inner strength, okay? So you need to do something to get your inner strength back. Sleepless. The reason why I slept in late today, I've been going to bed at 2, 3, 4 in the morning. I can't sleep. I'm ruminating on things, going through the grieving process of losing certain family members. So sometimes you just have to go through the ebbs and flows, and it's a process. Don't rush yourself. I'm not gonna feel bad because I'm ruminating and thinking about certain things that happened, replaying them in my mind over and over. I know that that's a part of the process, but eventually I have to stop doing that. Eventually it's like, okay, focus on the victory. Now that I've gone through the grieving process, I'm focusing on the victory. So I'm getting back into my manifestation journaling and putting myself in the emotions, as I'm writing and scripting things out, putting myself in the emotions of feeling those victories, okay? But go through your process. Go through your process, because you don't want to have to repeat the process. So go through it, okay? But try not to stay in the valleys too long. But you are creating the community. We have create and community. You are creating the community that you need, that you want, but that you need in order to go into this new phase of your life, okay? So continue to do that shadow work. We have undressed. You're used to grinding. We got the grind. You're used to grinding. You're used to being booked and busy. You're used to moving, okay? Take some time to be still. It will work. Try to do this for the month of October. Tomorrow, I think, is the first day of October. I'm going to try to journal every single day. I'm going to try to script, visualize, daydream about the things I want to happen. I'm going to try to do ancestor work every day in this whole month of October. Okay? It's time for me to get out of feeling sad, feeling depressed, and allowing other people to project their guilt onto me. So I'm being intentional this month of October. So why don't you do it with me? Why don't you do it with me? Why don't you work on emotionally connecting with the victory with me? Okay, we got this. We can do this. And guess what came out? Daydreaming. Okay, what did I just say? I'm working on getting back into that daydreaming again, that visualization. Okay, that's how we manifest right there. That's how we manifest quickly right there. Not only being able to see it and picture it, but being able to feel it, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. I got people calling me. I need to call them back. I got certain things I need to do around the house. I got cars to pick up because they just fell on the floor. So, please like, share, and subscribe. Like I said, I will, and follow. I'm new on TikTok, so I gotta say follow too. I'm gonna do more work around toxic family dynamics, healing the mother wound, and all of that. But please make sure you all listen to these readings that are about healing as well, okay? We don't always need to bombard ourselves with what people are doing against us, what people are doing to hurt us. Yes, we need to have those feelings validated sometimes, but we also need to focus on content that is about healing. And as content creators, a lot of times what we see is toxicity is what gets us in the algorithm. Talking about negativity is what gets us in the algorithm. But when we want to talk about something positive or how to move forward or how to heal, it's a lot harder to get those views, to get those likes, to get those follows, to get those subscriptions, okay? So please help to be a part of the solution by indulging in the positive content that we want to put out as well, okay? But I will definitely get back to those other types of videos, shadow work type of videos. All of it's needed. We are definitely going to be a balanced channel over here, even if that means it takes longer for me to get to the goals that I want to get to. I'm not about to just be about toxicity, okay? It's not going to be a trauma bonding situation over here. We're going to talk about the real, and we're going to talk about how to heal, okay? So once again, thank you for your time, and I hope you have a great day. Toodles!